Can a $599 desktop CNC actually cut aluminum? That's the question I had when Wizmaker sent me their Artisan 01, a benchtop router with linear rails on every axis, dual nut lead screws, and a 300-watt spindle that's supposed to punch above its weight. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hoffman Engineering. I spent the last month running this machine through everything from soft Poplar to 6061 aluminum, breaking a few bits along the way, and I've got clear answers for you. There's a lot to like here, one weird moment I want to talk about, and one upgrade I'd seriously consider before you order. Let's get into it. But before we begin, this Artisan 01 was provided for me to review by Wizmaker. As with all of my reviews, they aren't paying me for this review, and everything I say is my own honest opinion after using this CNC for the last month. My videos do have affiliate links in the description, so if you're interested in anything you see in any of my videos, from CNCs, materials, or accessories, you can use those links for the latest discount codes. You can save yourself some money and help support our channel. We appreciate it. The Artisan 01 is a 3-axis desktop CNC router. If you're new to CNC, that means it's a computer-controlled cutting machine where you design the part in CAD, generate toolpaths in CAM software, and the machine cuts it out of wood, plastic, or soft metals. It comes in two models, the standard 300-watt spindle version, which is what I'm reviewing today, and an upgraded 500-watt version. Wizmaker also sells the 500-watt as a standalone upgrade kit, so you can start with the 300-watt and upgrade later. The Artisan 01 is built around an aluminum frame that's mostly pre-assembled. On the X and Z axes, you get MGH12 linear guides, and on the Y axis, a 16mm linear shaft. Motion is driven by T8 dual nut lead screws on X and Z, and a T12 dual nut lead screw on the Y. The dual nut design is meant to eliminate backlash, the slop you get when the machine reverses direction, and the motion felt tight and consistent throughout my testing. Lead screws on every axis are a step up from belt-driven CNCs at this price, with the trade-off being slower max speeds. I would much rather have the increased rigidity and precision, so that's a trade-off I'm happy to make. The Artisan's net weight is 26.8 kilograms, or just under 60 pounds, which gives you a sense of how rigid the frame is for a benchtop machine. The 300-watt spindle has a max speed of 12,000 RPM with a 52mm diameter body, and Wizmaker rates the radial runout at 0.01 to 0.03mm. It uses ER11 collets, and this is worth highlighting. It's a true ER11, not just the ER style collets that you see on a lot of smaller routers and die grinders. That means that real ER11 collets in different sizes will seat properly with the runout and clamping force that you'd expect from a real machine tool. Mine came with a 1/8 inch collets, which is what I use for all of my tests, although you could purchase other ER11 collets if you needed other size bits. 300 watts is on the lower end for desktop CNC spindles, and you'll feel that in some materials. Hardwoods are fine. Soft aluminum is doable, but you'll need to slow way down. We'll get into that in the test cuts. The Artisan has a larger work area than many other CNCs at this price point. Its 420 by 420mm work area lands in a sweet spot for hobbyist projects, small signs, jigs, custom hardware, and prototyping parts. The Z-axis travel is 90mm, plenty for most stock thicknesses. The bed is an MDF spoil board with threaded inserts. You can use those threaded inserts with the 4 provided clamps. For wood, I mostly skipped the clamps and used X-Fasten double-sided tape, which worked great and doesn't take up much vertical space like a clamp does. For aluminum, I used the included clamps. They worked fine for most of my aluminum tests, but I did have one cut where the workpiece jumped on me. The adaptive toolpath looped back and intersected with itself, and the side load shifted the part. That was on me. I should have either secured it more aggressively or used the optional Wizmaker vise. If you're planning on doing any serious aluminum work, the vise is an upgrade that I'd point at first. There's also an adjustable work light mounted on the gantry. It's a small thing, but it makes a big difference seeing what's happening during a cut. The control panel is one of my favorite features on the machine. It's a hand wheel style pendant with a small screen and 3 dials. The first dial selects the axes, the second selects your jog increments, and the big jog wheel moves the machine in plus or minus. It's intuitive, it's fast to switch between axes, and it makes positioning the bit feel natural. There's also a built-in center point calculator that I used a lot. You jog the bit to the 2 opposite edges of your stock, hit the calculate button, and the controller works out the center and moves the bit there automatically. It's very easy to zero out right in the center of your material, which is a workflow that I used on almost every project. The control panel magnetically attaches to the stand, making it easy to pick up and move around when needed. Unfortunately, the magnets are relatively weak, and with the cord pulling on it, the control panel doesn't like to stand up vertically, so I always had to place it sideways, which looks a little strange. The Artisan 01 includes an automatic tool setter, and that's another standout feature. You plug it in, clip the alligator clip to your bit, and place the tool setter block on top of your material. Click the TS button on the control panel, and the Z-axis probes down until the bit touches the top of the setter. The controller calculates the offset and zeroes the Z to the top of the material. It worked great with every bit that I tested, and it's the kind of feature that used to be reserved for higher end machines. This is one area where the base machine falls short. There's no dust boot or chip removal included, so expect chips to pile up as you cut. I used a shop vac to clean up afterwards between operations, which works, but it's not great in the moment. Wizmaker does sell a CNC dust collection kit, a dual-stage cyclone and HEPA system that comes with a dust boot for the spindle. I didn't have one to test, so I can't speak for how well it works, but if you're going to be running this machine regularly, it's an accessory worth budgeting for. The Artisan 01 uses a GRBL base controller, which means it works with any GRBL compatible sender like Candle, UGS, or IO sender. For my test, I used Universal G-code sender. Connection was rock solid, jogging was smooth, and I never had a job drop out mid-cut. For generating G-code, I used 2 CAM packages. Kirimoto is free, browser-based, and integrates directly into Onshape, my preferred CAD program. Autodesk Fusion is also free for personal use and has a much more extensive feature set, including adaptive clearing, better tool libraries, and simulation. Both worked great with the Wizmaker. If you're new to CNC, I'd point most people towards Fusion. The learning curve is steeper, but the toolpath strategies are worth the effort, especially for harder materials. The Artisan 01 ships mostly assembled, and that's a big deal. The frame, the motion system, and the wiring inside the cable chains are already done. I just had to attach the X-axis assembly, screw on the cable chains, and plug in a few connectors. Total time was about 30 minutes. No fighting with extruded aluminum, no squaring up rails, and no tensioning belts. If you've assembled other desktop CNCs and dreaded this is the easy one. So with all of the specs and the features out of the way, let's see what the Artisan 01 can cut. Poplar is one of the softer hardwoods, and it cuts easily on the Artisan 01. I used a 1/8 inch 2-flute high-speed steel end mill, running at 1000 millimeters per minute. The finish was a bit stringy on the cut edges, which is just the nature of Poplar. It's a soft, slightly fibrous wood that tends to fuzz up rather than chip cleanly. Sanding cleaned it up nicely. Oak is a harder, denser wood, and the Artisan 01 was right at home cutting it. My first tests were with the same settings as the Poplar before, with the toolpaths generated by Kirimoto. The 300-watt spindle had no problem with it. I knew I could push it harder. Switching to Fusion, I took much more aggressive passes. The adaptive toolpath was generating nice-looking chips, with a deeper depth of cut and higher optimal load. The chips came off cleanly, and the finish was sharp right out of the machine, and the machine sounded happy doing it. If you're cutting hardwood signs, jigs, or boxes, this is exactly the kind of work that the Artisan 01 is built for. I also tested contour engraving with the 1/8 inch high-speed steel ball end mill. With a 15% step over and 1200 millimeters per minute speeds, this 2-fish contour engraving took just over 30 minutes to complete. I think it came out nicely. Now this is the test you've been waiting for. Aluminum is where the 300-watt spindle starts to show its limits. After breaking a number of bits dialing in feeds and speeds, I was able to get some successful aluminum cuts in. I was running 1/8 inch 2-flute high-speed steel end mills, which aren't specifically designed for aluminum. A single flute or O flute would have been better, but they did work once I slowed everything way down. I was running the 2D adaptive toolpath at 230 millimeters per minute speeds with a 3mm depth of cut. Adaptive clearing in Fusion worked great, right up until the toolpath came to intersect itself. When that happened, the side load shifted the workpiece in the clamps and I had to stop the cut. Lesson learned, either use the Wizmaker vise or seriously overbuild your Workholding. Can the Artisan 01 cut aluminum with the 300-watt spindle? Yes, but slowly. The gantry and linear rails are solid, but the spindle is the weak point here. This isn't the machine for production metal work, but if a custom bracket, a brass seal, or a one-off fixture, it'll get you there. If aluminum is your main use case, the 500-watt upgrade is worth the money. And I did have one issue during my testing. Very early in my testing, I tried to hone the machine after powering it on, and the Y-axis tried to move and made a loud grinding sound, like the motor was trying to drive, but it didn't have enough torque to move. I powered down, restarted, and homed again, and it worked perfectly. Every other home cycle in the month since has been fine. I'll chalk it up to the Y-axis lead screw needing to move and spread lubrication after initial assembly. So in conclusion, the Wizmaker Artisan 01 is a solid desktop CNC for the price. The standout features for me were the linear rails and the dual nut lead screws on every axis, the true ER11 Collet, and the intuitive control panel with the built-in center point calculator. The mostly pre-assembled construction means you can be cutting in well under an hour, which is rare at this price point. The 300-watt spindle is the right choice if you're mostly cutting wood, plastic, and the occasional small aluminum part. If aluminum or denser materials are your main use case, the 500-watt upgrade is well worth the money, and Wizmaker makes it easy to add on later since the spindle kit should be a quick install. The drawbacks are manageable. The included clamps are basic, but upgrading to a proper vise would be wise, and there's no dust boot in the base package, so factor in dust collection if you don't already have one. For the hobbyist or small shop maker that wants a rigid, accurate, easy to set up desktop CNC, this is exactly the kind of machine you're looking for. For someone wanting to run aluminum production all day, this isn't the machine for you, but at its price, that's not who it's built for. Aside from the one Y-axis grinding incident that never came back, I didn't run into any issues that would stop me from giving the Artisan 01 a great recommendation. At the time of recording, the Artisan 01 with the 300-watt spindle is $599 on Wizmaker's website, marked down from $699. The 500-watt version is only $100 more. Wizmaker offers several bundles that pair the machine with the vise, dust collector, or 4th axis rotary, with the all-in-one bundle running $899. For under $600 with the linear rails on every axis, dual nut lead screws, an automatic tool setter, and true ER11 collets, the Artisan 01 is a pretty good deal. You can save yourself some money by picking up a bundle, or you can always upgrade down the line. I had a great experience with the Wizmaker Artisan CNC, and I think you would too. So thank you all for watching my review of the Wizmaker Artisan 01. What was your favorite feature? What features do you think it's missing? Let me know in the comments below. I have plenty of upcoming projects and reviews, so be sure to subscribe to Hoffman Engineering so you don't miss out on those coming soon. If you're still in the market for a desktop CNC, check out my Axis Create i3030 review. It might be right up your alley. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.